Welcome to Big Braids and Crypto. I'm your host, Mr. Big Braids, coming to you live from a reservation somewhere. We had a request to do ALCX. We're taking a look at it right now. A lot of these coins that just get listed out of they're new coins, and they're coming onto the scene with this price action here. Like this one says 545. Apparently that's where it's starting. The either the predicted price or the starting price of what it's actually valued at. Sometimes they look like this when they come out of a different platform. So like, if it hasn't been listed in different platforms, when they list them, they'll have these big old drops and dips. And as far as that, 545, that's, for the amount it is, I think looks like 1,000,006 as far as the total amount, as far as the currency. So, a price like this, that's, pretty reasonable actually. The, ALCX, it seems like, I mean, 1,000,006. I mean, that's 366. I mean, it has possibilities. I give it that. I mean, you could probably see this at like, maybe 1,000 or something. Starting with this, it's sitting at 366, right now currently. So, that is a pretty expensive token there. Haven't really got to take a look at this project. I'll make sure to take a look at it and just get a good oversight on what it is, and I'll make a video and tell you what I think about it. 366, yeah, it's if it is a good project and it's worth that 366, and there's means of it going to 560 back to where it originally came from, that'd be an awesome idea. It'd be ideal. But as far as right now, it looks like it's just basically, it got listed and it just started to basically, have some pullback. It did get, it did come up and test this 786 line, and it looks like it got rejected there. And now it's just kind of, it's trying to get some move on it again. It's coming back down. It's testing the 786. So from here, you know, it's going to come up and test this 786 line here. If it does get rejected, you know, it's going to get some pullback, probably to, 320. And, this one's one of those ones that you just got to, keep an eye on. I mean, as far as the project goes, I mean, if this thing got some, if this thing's like, if ALCX is an awesome project, and a lot of people are putting some money in there. If you get some big companies that are investing in this project here, yeah, I could see this at like 1,000, or even probably more than that, depending on the project. But as far as the chart goes, it's looking like it's skunking downwards. It looks like, I mean, if I was to look at this and say, am I going to buy in on this? But you got to remember, this is not financial advice, and this is my views and opinions on the market, and that you should only view them as such, and you always got to do what's right for you. But if I was looking at this and I said, this is an awesome project, and I'm looking for a price, just looking at this chart, I would immediately start looking for, right in this area right here in the $200 range to, 150 to $200 range. If I could get it down to that area, as far as buying the dip, I would go for that more, instead of, buying at $400 and it dips down halfway down here, but, everybody here's from, my past recent videos, I want a sale. I'm looking for the sale. I'm looking for the best possible buying, because, your money just moves better when you buy lower. So, and that's what I plan on doing. But that's what I'm looking for. I mean, if that's what I'd be looking for, especially right now with BTC looking the way it is. I know everybody doesn't want to hear that, but BTC's, we're getting to the nitty gritty. We're getting down to is it going to happen soon? We started this in November 9th from the past video that I did talk about, when we've been riding this, bearish scenario since November 9th. We're getting close to the holidays, and you always got to keep in mind that there's always pullbacks on the holidays, and some of the reason behind that I look at is just people, pulling out some money to buy some turkey or whatever they're gonna do. Need a bit of cash, so a lot of people will pull some money out during that time, and sometimes it's at a rough time, especially when we're on the low end. So and it makes it dip a little bit further. So that could be a good possibility, and just the holidays in general, there's just money flowing differently during those times. But it's something to be expected, through the holidays. I mean, Thanksgiving's one of the bigger ones, so um, you know, BTC going to 52, 50,000, 54,000. Good possibility. 52,000. That's on the table too. Uh, Whatever the fact, it's going to create some decent sales, and that's what I'm looking for. With as far as ALCX, if there is a good pullback to 52,000 to 54,000. If it gets to 54,000, probably, we're looking at probably 313. But if it does pull back to 52, and, I mean, 222, I mean, that'd be a reasonable price to get in, for, one of these launches up when if once after it finishes out what it's doing for one of these moves, that would be ideal. A lot of times with these higher, I mean, you look at like QNT has been rolling like 190 to 200 for a while now. It peaked out like close to 500, and it's just been doing the sideways motion. But I look at that as a good long term. But even with QNT, people are I've seen people talking about QNT going to 1,000. So that it's wishful thinking. It's actually an awesome project. So awesome projects. I mean, look at BTC. It's going to 150,000 for hopefully fingers crossed that's where we're going, and uh, but yeah, that's the prices I'd be looking for. 200, and either that and then some sideways action. But if this does get some fuel and starts rocking along, you could get some climb up, and we could get some action like this here, and then for one of these shots. But from a lot of the videos that this upward crawl for me is, especially with the way BTC is acting right now and looking, I'd be looking for a better buy-in myself. I'd be, if I had to wait it out and get the lower price, then I would. And if I couldn't get that price, I'd probably just, I'd leave this alone we did get some, some a better sale, because, I could just easily shop around for something else at a cheaper price and then come back. And if it does dip down there, man, that'd be an awesome price, but those are some prices that I've been looking at. This is ALCX, and remember, this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market, and that's the way you should view them. So I'll do a follow up on ALCX tomorrow evening, and you all have a good evening.